What's going on, gamers? Emo Killer here, today with some more StarCraft 2 action. We're going to head right into the cinematic.
It seems the end war you warned of has begun. Tell me, old friend, what is it you have learned?
I have witnessed the end of all things. Horrific legions of hybrid, raising world upon world. In the darkness, lording over them, a shadowy form. Amon.
Yet, you spoke of a way to stand against him.
This vision was a benevolent one, as if an ancient voice called out from beyond. The keystone shall usher you unto hope.
Keystone?
I saw a burst of light revealing the Zelnaga artifact on the Terran world of Korhal. It is the keystone of this vision. The prophecies speak of Zelnaga standing against Amon in the end times. I believe this keystone will guide us to them.
I have always trusted you, Zeratul, but the burdens of leadership demanded much of me. There are times I am uncertain whether I was truly ready for such weight.
Your doubt is unfounded, young Artanis. You must embrace what you have become if you are to be the leader we now need.
You will go to James Raynor on Korhal and receive this keystone. I will marshal our forces for the war ahead. When you return, the Templar will be ready. Entaro Tassadar, old friend.
Entaro Artanis, brother.
Alright guys, so for this mission, we want to gather all of the mineral and gas deposits and train at least 20 units, which would be a little bit difficult, but I'll walk you through it here.
The Void Seeker lies in ruins. What has transpired here?
Zerg, protect the Dark Prelate.
The Zerg in this area should have been eradicated. Stalkers, hurry to the Nexus point nearby and warn our brethren. I must investigate this further.
So for this first bit, you're just controlling these 3 stalkers. Just walk them through the path. There's a couple of blink spots, but for the most part, it's just a couple of Zerglings, and I think 1 or 2 aerial enemies.
We will have to blink across this chasm. Very wise. It shall be as you say.
Once you kill these 2 Mutalisks,
Mutalisks, focus
then
disruptors
you'll
upon them.
get back up to the area that they want you to claim.
We move unseen.
So now we move up to the Nexus,
Intriguing.
and that will start the mission.
I serve for now.
Zeratul, the Templar stationed here. I can no longer sense them within the Kala.
Is that not impossible? Your kind cannot disappear from the Kala, unless your nerve cords are severed.
Then the impossible has happened. I can no longer sense Artanis. There is only a void in the Kala where he should be.
The shadow moves against us, Executor. Artanis is in grave peril.
You must raise an army and find him. My Phase Smith Karax will help you re-establish this nexus point. Zeratul, save Artanis.
Alright, so we need to reestablish this nexus point, raise an army to hit that point and get Artanis.
I am Karax of the Kalai caste.
Friend Karax, we must establish this nexus as quickly as possible.
The warp rift has opened. Your probe can return to gathering minerals immediately.
So that guy there will offer you some points and tips if you're new to StarCraft. If not, then just kind of follow my lead here. If you'll notice, I'm sending out my stalkers a little bit early. Just try to cram through this mission. As soon as that supply pylon's in, then you'll start building more probes.
It has provided enough supply to warp in ground forces at your gateways.
Another one of the key points are these dark pylons. You actually get 3 stalkers each time that you get to them. So make sure that you're doing that as well. Usually around the dark pylons is where you will find the mineral deposits that you're looking for that achievement. So if you notice here, just going to grab all of them in that area. They're all pretty easy to find as long as you explore the map.
State thy bidding. I am the voice of the eclipse.
Since I got a decent sizable army, and this is still just the second mission, I'm going to go ahead and send those guys in to fight and clear that area while I get these ready to start pumping out
You should
troops.
train additional warriors to deal with larger enemy threats.
Just remember as you're going along to keep an eye on your
To warp
supply in
more
the upper right.
stalkers, you will require Vespine gas from the geyser near your mineral fields. Order a probe to warp in an assimilator on top of the geyser, and you will be able to gather Vespine.
Now you get Vespine and mineral as you're going through this, while I'm kind of double heading this. So I'm going to go ahead and put the assimilator down, but it's not so important that we put guys on it just yet. Biggest bit that kind of hits you here is the pylons. Make sure you're building a pylon every 4 troops or so.
With the shadows. I am the heart of darkness.
Once you get past this point here, there'll be another dark pylon up in the upper right. Just make sure that you leave some troops behind, as you will have a circling attack on your base.
To harvest at maximum efficiency.
Let our enemy know our fury. I am here in the shadows.
The Nexus Point has been re-established. Once your warriors are ready, you should proceed with your mission, Dark Prelate.
We move unseen.
You must construct additional pylons.
Then in order to get the achievement for warping in at least 20 troops, I go ahead and put up another 2 gateways here. So as I get the supply bits going through for that achievement, then I can go ahead and start pumping out more troops. You can probably go through this a bit quicker yourself, as I was putting down too many pylons early on in the game, but I just want to make sure that I can focus on these troops while I'm building up the mineral reserves.
Let our enemy know our fury.
Now, if you notice there, I go ahead and select all of our gates, and I go ahead and hold control and hit 3. So I have number 1 slot as my nexus so I can keep pumping out the probes. Number 2 slot is a probe to warp in additional items as needed, and number 3 slot is where I train my troops.
Let our enemy know our fury. State thy bidding.
So if you notice, you don't need that many troops to actually move forward and push on the enemy.
Zeratul, the Zerg are moving to attack. Rally your defenses.
Let our enemy know our fury. I am here in the shadows.
At this point, I basically forget that I don't have a forge yet and I can't build cannons, but I have left some of these stalkers behind to clear out these ads.
You have not enough minerals.
State thy bidding.
You basically have an unlimited time in order to accomplish this mission. I'm just kind of trying to keep it moving by warping back and forth. So I have my stalkers pushing forward the objective, and then I come back to the nexus and do my work there. So up in this little alcove, we got some of these mineral deposits and a dark pylon. So this will give you some more stalkers.
There, another void pylon.
We are at your service, Zeratul. You require my skills.
Zeratul, denier of the
Go ahead and train some more as we're going along. And this is where we kind of see for the first time these zealots that have been taken over.
Zealots have been corrupted. The hybrid must be behind this. Let us move with purpose.
I am here in the shadows. Very wise. Doom Adunala. I am here in the shadows.
You have not enough minerals.
Cold is the void. For the reckoning. I am here in the shadows.
And if you notice off to the right here, we've got some more minerals and a gas deposit, and there's also a dark pylon up there, so I'm going to warp one of my dudes over there just to take care of that while the rest take out
This
and push
appears
the
to be the
objective.
last void pylon in the area.
From the shadows we come.
Now this gameplay that you're seeing, I've already completed the achievements on, so at this point, you should see the achievement come up.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Very well.
And this is another good point. Once you get to a stagnating bit, like these guys are all pushing forward the objective, you should go ahead and warp back to the nexus, click back there and train some more troops. You'll notice I've been kind of letting them build up. I wasn't sure if I had another attack coming at me, so I let them stay there for a bit. Then here's where I decide to go ahead and set my defense fleet. So I'll set these 3 to push the stalkers out towards the engagement area, and I'll have the other one just kind of stay back here.
You require my skills.
So at this point we would have already gotten the achievement for training at least 20 units, either stalkers or zealots. I like to go just straight stalker because their aerial threats, zealots, die too quickly and they're not really worth the supply.
I am
At this point, we'll be completing the mission. So as you come up here, we'll clear out the corrupted Protoss, and that will complete the mission for you.
Solandus. You require more Vespene gas.
Zeratul, I can sense your presence. The Kala is filled with rage. My mind is being consumed.
Artanis, you must hold on. We are coming for you. Your lives are meaningless, purposeless. I grant you salvation. Amon, the Dark God is here, on Ire. He has wrested control of the Kala. The Templar have fallen. With our nerve cords severed, only we Nerazine remain unaffected. It falls to us to halt this madness, brothers.
So at this point, you can take all the Stalkers and Zeratul in. You're going to have a few fights along the way.
I only pray that
But
we are not too late.
I don't like to see my troops die. Period. So I'm just going to take Zeratul in. Since he's cloaked and they don't have any detectors. So basically you fight a couple of these engagements.
Whisper of oblivion, of salvation.
On your way to Artanis. And then it'll start another cutscene to end your mission.
Glory to the Daylon.
So I'm not 100% sure, but as I went through and used the Stalkers in this, I'm pretty sure the Zealots that you save from this engagement actually wind up turning on you anyway. So there's no real worries about trying to save any of these Zealots. I keep my Stalkers back so they don't die, and I'll move them forward just outside of the engagement area, kind of speed things up.
I serve for now. For the reckoning.
Shozak Maknul. My allegiance is yours. En Aldin.
The Kala, fury, and rage.
Bring wisdom in times of chaos.
And to kind of speed things up, just make sure you're using your Shadow Blade.
I shall find a way.
We are one with the shadows.
Shozak Maknul.
And that's the last engagement for the cutscene.
Glory
So
to the
enjoy it.
The prophecy guides us.
I can hear his whispers.
Fight, Artanis. Do not let Amon consume you.
Unending hatred.
He has corrupted the Kala. Your nerve
Alright guys, that does it for this video. Mission 2 is complete with the achievements. Stay tuned for Mission 3. Look for the links in the description. Feel free to like, follow, and comment. Take care, Guardians. I'll see you out there.